since the Great Recession, the real estate market's enjoyed over a decade of stability and value growth. And for those appraisers who've never really experienced valuing properties during a downturn, what advice would you have for them on, what they might expect and how they might gear up?
I would just say be the best at what you do. I mean, I tell that to every appraiser, though. I mean, it's one thing to come into the profession and be an appraiser, but it's a whole nother thing to be among the best of appraisers, right? I always tell people that as long as you're among the best of appraisers, you'll always have work. You'll always have opportunities. You'll always have a career path. So I always tell people, get as knowledgeable as you can, get good mentoring, surround yourself by good, smart people, and then do everything that you can to excel in the profession. That's, even as our profession evolves, it's evolved and evolved and evolved. It'll always be evolving. People go, well, it's dying. Well, it's not dying, it's evolving, right? So you can either be that person who evolves with it. And if you're seeing the recession for the first time, just ask the questions for the folks who have been through it. I think both Johnny and Casey said, we're an aging profession, and that is the truth. We are. But there is such a vast vault of knowledge within so many incredible people. Utilize that, talk to them, mentor, learn what they went through, learn what they had. And like Casey said, this might be a whole nother type of recession this time. But that's okay. There's still a lot to be learned with what's been learned with past recessions. So put on the thinking cap. That's all I had to say, and be good at what you do.
Tack on to Rodman's point, put on the thinking cap. I would advise all appraisers to identify 3 things that they don't understand a lot about, but they're hearing about in the market or in the news. So number 1, not being able to get withdrawals out of REITs. What does that mean? What is that opportunity for real estate? Number 2, adaptive reuse. It gets additional capital. Adaptive reuse really is good ESG. And you get good ESG capital for adaptive reuse projects, but nobody knows how to do it because there's no permanent capital. So a philanthropic person fixes some blighted asset in their local community because they want to fix it, and then they want to take it to the permanent market. The CMBS market doesn't know how to price it or what its underwritable debt service coverage is. The rating agencies don't know how to do it. The insurance companies don't know what fund or bucket to put it into. So, really understanding what is the value of adaptive reuse when there are no transactions after it's done. And how do you value that? How do you think through it? And then I'd say the third thing is look at opportunities like this PACE program, Property Assessed Clean Energy. There's probably not 50 appraisers in the 35 states that know how to value it and know the underwriting, just like if you were in a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac or HUD type program on multifamily. They don't understand how to do it. And you've got billions of dollars of transactions occurring every day, every year in these particular states. So go become an expert in property assessed clean energy. There are so many every day, manufactured housing. You look at these for rent subdivisions that have cratered, all of these that, were built up by entities like American Homes for Rent. Go pick 2 or 3 of these and become an expert. But one thing that we fail to do is we get our basic continuing education, we take our USPAP recertification, and we don't take anything new. And the last one I think that Johnny, you might talk to is, there's more business value and enterprise value in different types of real estate today than ever before because of the institutional capital like REIT money that came into, first self-storage, and now it's coming into manufactured housing. The mom and pop industry is going away. It's becoming more institutional. There's business enterprise there. There's huge opportunities for property tax appeal or helping segregate. As it says in the interagency guidelines, you can only value the fee simple of the market value, not the going concern. You got to segregate that. How many do really know how to segregate that and use the technology and have the business value skills to do it? If you do, lots of opportunities. So pick 3 things you've heard about, you haven't really studied, and go get the education. And the last thing I'd say is don't be afraid to go attend a meeting or affiliation with one of our peer groups. You got CCIM Institute, you've got IREM, you've got all of these others that complement what we do, whether it's brokerage, whether it's property management. Remember what IREM did for us as appraisers during COVID. They lent us all of their annual property inspection videos and photographs so that state by state we could be exempted from doing in-person inspections during COVID. So our peer partners, our affiliates are very, very good friends. Go to a meeting, get to know them. Don't be isolated. They could teach you something.
Yeah, Lucas, I cannot not take this opportunity to promote ASA because there was a couple of things that stated knowledge, networking, and so forth. And that's what organizations like ASA provides individuals, especially during this time, because you need to increase your knowledge on all the things that Casey and Rodman just talked about. And that's what organizations like mine provide, is that education. And then also the networking. I mean, as what has been said, reach out to individuals, mentors, and so forth, so that you can gain some more experience, because there have been a number of people who have been through this process before. So learn from them. And our members are those individuals that went through it at one time. So get involved with organizations like ASA and have access to education that's going to help you.
Yeah, I think it's important that, we just sort of call out that we, as an entire profession, we're very lucky that we have these organizations that are here to support, the entire profession and, help appraisers through these tough times and provide guidance. I mean, they were pivotal through COVID. And I know, Rodman, led a lot of that, and, especially on, the other side with Bill Garber, and, sort of transitions to the next question that I have is,